Hello, in this video I'll show you how to make chicken Florentine. First, I trim the fat off of a chicken breast. Then I slice the chicken breast in half. I do the same to the second chicken breast. Then I use a meat tenderizer to flatten the chicken breasts out so that they're the same height all the way across. This helps ensure that the chicken breasts will cook evenly. Then I combine half a cup of flour, a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of pepper, and half a teaspoon of salt. This will be used to dredge the chicken and make a crispy edge. I lightly coat each piece of chicken in the flour mixture, and then I shake off any of the extra. Then I heat a skillet to medium-high heat and melt 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Once the butter is hot and fully melted, I add in the coated chicken breasts. I let the chicken breasts cook for 3 minutes without moving them, and then I flip them over. Then I let them cook an additional 3 minutes, still on medium-high heat. Then I flip the chicken breast back to the original side and let them get the nice brown color. Normally I cook them for another minute or 2 on each side at this point. I also make sure to check the internal temperature of the chicken. It needs to be over 165 degrees Fahrenheit to be considered cooked. Once it's cooked, I take it out of the skillet and set it to the side. Then I drop the heat down to medium and add 1 tablespoon of butter. After the butter is melted, I add in 7 cloves of minced garlic. I let the garlic cook for about 30 seconds, and then I add in 1 cup of dry white wine. I prefer to use Sauvignon Blanc. Then I add half a teaspoon of basil, a quarter teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of oregano, and a quarter teaspoon of rosemary. I like to mash the rosemary up into smaller pieces before adding it. Finally, I add in a quarter cup of chicken broth. This is chicken broth I had made myself and kept in the freezer. Then I stir everything together and let it reduce down. It's very important that this reduces by at least half and the alcohol starts to cook off, because if the alcohol hasn't cooked off before we add the cream in, it will curdle the cream. It takes about 5 minutes for this to reduce down. Once reduced, I add 1 cup of heavy cream. Then I stir everything together again and let this cook for about 2 minutes before adding in the spinach. I'm still cooking over medium heat, but be very careful not to let the cream boil. If the cream gets up to boiling temperature, it can cause the proteins in the cream to separate and coagulate. Then I add in 2 cups of fresh spinach. I stir the spinach into the sauce and let it cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Then I season with salt and pepper. This is seasoned to taste, but I normally add about a quarter teaspoon more. Finally, I add half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I stir this all together once again, and then I add back in the chicken. I let the chicken sit in the sauce long enough for it to warm back up, and then I serve it directly from the pan. This time I served it over a bed of fresh spaghetti. This meal comes together so quickly and tastes absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching this video on how to make chicken Florentine. Let me know how it worked out for you in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe to see more content.